Forget everything you think you know about Charlie Curnow, because in his first 24 hours as a Sydney Swan, he just showed us something we never expected to see. G'day Swans fans, if you love this club like I do, smash that subscribe button right now, because what I'm about to tell you about Charlie Curnow's arrival at the SCG, it's not what anyone saw coming. Charlie Curnow walked into his first day of pre-season training as a Sydney Swan, and within hours, he'd already sent shockwaves through the fan base. Not because of what he did on the training track, though by all accounts he was brilliant. No, it was what came out of his mouth afterwards that has everyone talking. When asked about his plans for settling into the club, most players would have trotted out the usual lines. You know the script, just here to work hard, earn my spot, help the team win. The corporate media-trained response we've all heard 1,000 times. But Charlie? He said something completely different. Something so genuine, so refreshingly human, that fans couldn't believe what they were hearing from a superstar forward who spent years in the spotlight. And it's making every Swans supporter ask the same question. Is this the mentality that's going to transform our club in 2025? But to understand why this moment matters so much, we need to go back. Let's be honest, when the Swans secured Charlie Curnow, it felt like a statement. One of the competition's most lethal forwards, a Carlton champion, coming to Sydney. The expectations were enormous, the pressure even bigger. For months, the footy media had been building this up. Every analyst had their take. Would he fit the Swans system? Could he handle the move? How would he gel with Heaney, with Papley, with the young guns coming through? There were whispers about adaptation periods, about needing time to settle, about the cultural shift from Carlton to Sydney. Behind closed doors at the club, you can imagine the conversations. Horse and the coaching staff would have been planning how to integrate him into the forward structure. The leadership group, Ramp, Parker, Kennedy, they'd be thinking about how to welcome him into the Swans family without overwhelming him. And Charlie himself, he would have known all eyes were on him. First day of pre-season training is always critical. It sets the tone for everything that follows. The boys are watching, the coaches are evaluating, the media's got their cameras ready for that first training shot in the red and white. The atmosphere around Moore Park in those early November days was electric. The squad was gathering. You could feel the anticipation building. New faces mixing with old, the hunger to make amends for last season burning in everyone's gut. When Charlie arrived at the SCG for that first session, he wasn't just another recruit. He was the recruit, the marquee signing that had Swans fans dreaming of September glory. Every kick, every drill, every interaction was gonna be dissected, and no one knew what to expect from him in those first interviews. Would he be guarded, diplomatic, focused purely on football? The weight of expectation can make even the most confident players retreat into safe, boring sound bites. But what happened instead shocked everyone. The session wrapped up. Charlie had impressed. You could see it in the coaches' reactions, hear it in the buzz around the training ground. Then came the media scrum. Standard stuff. How was day one? What are your impressions? Charlie's first answer was professional, complimentary. He talked about the quality of his new teammates, praised their condition, acknowledged the positive vibe, exactly what you'd expect. Then someone asked him about his plans, his goals for these first few weeks at the club. And this is where everything changed. I just want to get to know everyone, Charlie said. The coaches, the boys up front. Nothing remarkable yet, but then he kept going. And enjoy the Sydney sun. It's gonna be fun. Wait, what? Did a superstar recruit on his first day at one of the most professional AFL clubs just say he wants to enjoy the sun? In that moment, you could almost hear the collective pause, because this wasn't the script. This wasn't about goals, standards, proving himself. This was refreshingly, almost shockingly human. But Charlie wasn't done. He went further, painting a picture that felt more like a lifestyle magazine than a footy interview. He mentioned that Millsy, Isaac Heaney's nickname among the group, had already shown him a little spot near Tamarama. Then he dropped this absolute gem. I've been hitting the beach with my partner and our 2 dogs. It's been incredible. The beach? The dogs? The partner? The pure, unfiltered enjoyment of his new life. This wasn't some carefully crafted PR response. This was Charlie Curnow being completely, genuinely himself. And for a bloke who had spent years carrying the weight of being Carlton's main man, dealing with injuries, fighting through the pressure of being a key forward at a massive club, this was liberation. What would you have done in his position? Come in all serious, talk about sacrifice and standards and leaving no stone unturned? Or would you have the confidence, the self-awareness to say, you know what, I'm going to be great on the field, but I'm also going to live my life? Swans fans lost their minds in the best possible way. Social media exploded within hours. Fans were calling it the most Charlie Curnow thing ever. That perfect blend of elite athlete and down-to-earth bloke. Comments flooded in. This is why we love him. Already more likable than half the competition. The Swans have just got themselves a proper leader. But here's what made it really special. It wasn't just about the words. It was about what they represented.
For years, the narrative around elite athletes has been all-consuming dedication. Sacrifice everything. Live and breathe the game 24/7. And while that intensity is important, it can also burn players out. It can make them lose perspective, lose joy, lose the very thing that made them fall in love with footy in the first place. Charlie's comments flipped that script. He was essentially saying, I'm here to be elite. I'm here to help this club win, but I'm also here to be happy, to build relationships, to enjoy this incredible opportunity. The Swans leadership group would have noticed too. You can bet Lance Franklin, in his final season before retirement, appreciated seeing a superstar forward arrive without an ego, talking about connection and balance. That's the Bloods culture right there. Work incredibly hard, but look after each other. Enjoy the journey. Even the media picked up on it. Instead of the usual new recruit settles in stories, headlines were celebrating his authenticity. In a league where every word is often carefully managed, Charlie had given everyone something genuine to talk about. And his teammates? You can imagine the group chat lighting up. The boys would have been messaging each other. Did you hear what Charlie said? He's already at Tamarama with the dogs. That's how you build bonds. That's how you become part of the family quickly. This moment tells us something crucial about the 2025 Sydney Swans. This isn't going to be a team that relies solely on grit and grind. This is going to be a team that wins with joy, with connection, with balance. Think back to some of the Swans' greatest years. The 2005 Premiership team wasn't just talented, they genuinely loved being around each other. The 2012 flag was built on brotherhood as much as skill. When you watch those teams, you see blokes who are working incredibly hard, but also having the time of their lives. That's what Charlie Curnow is bringing to Moore Park. Not just his elite forward craft, not just his goal sense, but a mentality that says we can be serious about winning and still enjoy this journey. For a young group like the Swans, who came so close in recent years but couldn't quite get there, this could be transformative. Sometimes you need someone to walk in and show you that being elite doesn't mean being miserable, that you can demand excellence and still hit the beach with your dogs. And what happens next? Charlie set a tone. He's shown the group that vulnerability and authenticity are strengths, not weaknesses. As the season progresses, when the pressure builds, when September comes around, this foundation of genuine connection could be what carries them through. The consequences are bigger than one player. This is about club culture. This is about creating an environment where world-class athletes can perform at their peak while still being human beings with lives, relationships, and joy outside the game. At the end of the day, this is what being a Swans fan's all about. We don't just want stars who can kick goals, we want blokes we can believe in. Blokes who remind us that footy, at its core, is supposed to be something beautiful, something worth celebrating. Charlie Curnow just showed us he gets that. And if that's the mentality he's bringing to this club, then 2025 might just be something special. Let me know in the comments, are you as excited about the Curnow era as I am? Hit that like button if you're back in the Swans no matter what, and I'll see you in the next one. Up the Bloods.